All right, what's up, guys? Chokosura here, and we're back with another Secret of Mana Randomizer Seed of the Week. This is number 240, and for this week, we have a vanilla long seed for this week. Okay, so a couple of things before we get started. One, I am recording this on Wednesday, which is kind of late for me compared to when I usually do these. Just haven't had time to do it, so I do have time today to do it, so that's why we're doing this. You guys won't see this until Friday, obviously, but yeah, we're recording this on Wednesday. Second, and I want to get this out there right now so folks aren't confused, especially by last week's video. Um, well, I should say the title of last week's video, so y'all won't get confused about this. I am officially retiring from Chrono Trigger Jets of Time. And the reason why is, quite frankly, I mean, my heart is just not into that rando anymore. It's gotten kind of boring, to be honest with you. Um, a lot of seeds are very, I can't say slow. I mean, they can be slow, but they just, they tend to drag out unless you get like a really good seed, and even then the seed may drag out. So, but anywho, yeah, I won't be putting up any more Jets of Time videos. The ones that are on my channel now, they can stay up, but I'm done with that rando. I've been playing that rando for like 6 years now, off and on. So I think it's time to just hang it up. My heart's just not into it anymore. I don't have any sort of passion for that rando anymore. Not like I used to anyway. Uh, Even the tournament that I was in just recently, I really, to be honest with you, I really should not have entered that tournament because I kind of figured this was going to happen. So I really wasn't. I can't say I wasn't playing my best, but like I said, I just wasn't into the game. I really did not. I did not feel like playing that seed. So or both seeds. But anywho, yeah, there it is in stone. I'm officially done with Just the Time. I know, but all good things come to an end, as they say. Um, yeah, so I'm just gonna add that rando to the list of randos I've stopped playing, like Free Enterprise. And um, as far as Career Day is concerned, I know I haven't been putting up Career Day videos for a little bit. I haven't quit playing that. I can't really say I'm on a hiatus from it. I guess you can say I am, but um, I haven't really been into that rando either. But I haven't quit playing it. But I may put up some more Career Day videos. Who knows? Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't. I hope I haven't, upset anybody, and I don't mean to. But that's just the way I feel about that rando right now. It's just gotten really boring to me, and I don't enjoy playing through it now. Like I could start up a seed, for instance, and start playing through it, and maybe about 45 minutes into a seed, an hour into a seed, I would get bored. I would get bored of it and then just stop playing it. And that seems to be the case for a lot of those kinds of seeds. Um, I don't know. I mean, I just can't. I can't put my heart into it anymore. I just can't. All right, but anywho, let's get on with this seed of the week. We have 12 flags. Starting off, we have a girl start. We have restrictive logic. We have flaming drum and logic as well. So we will have to locate the flaming drum among the checks. Hints are disabled. It is what it says. No hints are going to be available. There is the necessary. If we can make our way over there, we can get a hint from there. But other than that, no hints. Vanilla bosses. It is what it says. All the bosses are going to be in their vanilla locations, so we know who's going to be where. However, we do have randomized boss elements, and so those vanilla bosses will not have their vanilla elemental affinities. Or they may, it depends on what's randomized. But they will have, for the most part, randomized elemental affinities, so we will have to watch out for that. We also have faster magic levels disabled. This basically means that the spell experience you get from casting spells is set to their vanilla values. 1.0 XP multiplier is actually it's a nice flag, because although we won't be getting as much experience from kills, this also means we can choose to not save split bosses. We can just take boss experience. We could be more lenient with what bosses we take, what experience we take. That's what I'm trying to say. This also means we won't be leveling up as much after boss fights, so we have to be a little bit careful, especially if we manage to find a sprite somewhere. We won't get our MP refilled, so we may have to rely on Walnuts or Luna if we find her anywhere. 3.0 gold check multiplier. So the gold that we can find on checks is going to be worth a little bit more. We also have random enemy spawns. It is what it says. We can see any enemy in any area of the game. Random status ailments is set to easy, and we have a 200 gold start. So yeah, those are the flags for this weekly seed. Pretty similar to last week's seed, with a couple of exceptions. So we'll see how this seed plays out. All right, let's get the show on the road. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so we have a girl start. I kind of want to try something different here, and I hope this works, but it may not work. We'll see. Okay, so right away we find the whip, and we start with the spear, which is nice. Okay, Int Thunder on the spear, Strength Slow, and Ice on the whip, though. Might as well go ahead and switch to that. And that way we can do a little bit more damage. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do the norm here. We're going to check the shop. Okay, Cobra Bracelet there. That's nice. And I'm going to go ahead and drop a save here. We'll check out Mantis Ant. And we know it's Mantis Ant because it is vanilla bosses. We don't know what element he is going to be, though. But I don't think it's going to matter too much. Looks like he's fire. Okay, this should be fine. We have an ice element whip as well, so this guy should go down pretty quickly. Yeah. And like I said earlier, it is 1.0 XP multiplier, so we don't have to save split this. We can go ahead and take the XP. Assuming there's something good here. Okay, Sword Orb, Axe Orb. I'm not going to take that. That's okay. Alright, so we're just going to reload. And what I'm going to do now is make my way to Undini's cave. However, I'm going to drop a save at Nico. I knew that was coming. There's nothing I could have done about that. I simply didn't react to it fast enough. I'm actually gonna sleep because of that. It's gonna cost me 30 gold though because it's Nico. Because I know this next boss is going to be Biting Lizard, so I want to make sure that we have enough HP. And hopefully it's not a bad element like fire. Or Luna element. If it's Luna element, I think I just reset actually. Okay, this is Dryad element. We don't care about Tompo element. wind. Wind is kind of bad actually, because if he does balloon, then we have to sit there and take it, and he can cast spells while we're ballooned. I think we got him in a good spot though. Okay, Thunder Saber sucks, but we'll take it. Alright, let's Thunderbolt. Okay, Thunder Saber was 3 and so was Thunderbolt, so he might be out of MP. He might have enough for silence. I don't know. Yeah, him casting Thunder Saber was annoying, but nothing we can do about that. For those who don't know, it's a little quirk in Secret of Mana. Axel or Movie said out of that. There's a little quirk in Secret of Mana that goes back to vanilla. If an enemy casts a Saber on itself, for whatever reason, it will gain defense. As you saw me hitting for only 11 damage there, instead of like 22. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and rope over the guy's navel here. Okay, let's be careful right here. Okay, there's no hints. I kind of want that. Okay, we take that. I'm trying not to take damage here, especially by these guys. I don't want to get engulfed. Ooh, I could have got smacked there. Money? Okay, that's even better because we can sell that. Alright, let's see. I think what I might do here... let me check the shop first before I make that decision, because if I can actually get some armor going, that'll make these next few checks a little bit safer. Well, at least the Tropicala check anyway. Okay, another Bose Orb. Alright, Houdini for that. Is this even randomized? But yeah, I'm trying this route. Okay, there's that. I'm trying this route in anticipation of Upperland or Moogle Village not having anything. I could be dead wrong though, which I hope I'm not. I mean, sometimes you gotta take those kinds of risks in rando. Okay, so that gives us 600. Can we get anything here? We can get this. Sure. That's all we can get, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and save split this. Well, check him anyway. I might not even save split. Depends on what's here, of course. Looks like he's Dark Element, yeah. Alright, this is fine. Okay. Ideally, we want him to appear on the right or the left side. Got him. Hit this. Nah, he wants to appear in the middle. Ow. Wow, he really wants to appear in the middle. Got him. So far, so good. But yeah, I'm kind of banking on Muga Village not having anything. Which means I end up coming over here anyway. Okay, Whip Orb, Spears Orb, Gnome. Okay, Gnome we're keeping. Because Gnome might be required for Grand Palace. We don't know yet. Not to mention, we can cast Speed Up. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and save, not sleep. We check out Kilroy, shouldn't be a bad fight. We also got both a Spear Orb and a Whip Orb out of that, both of those weapons which I have right now. Yeah, Dark Element. Oh, is that Earth Element? Might be Earth. Let me see if you're Earth Element. You might be Earth Element. Oh, you are Earth Element, yeah. I think. There we go. Alright, so we saw Cobra Bracelet back in Potos. Okay, level 4. Axorb, nothing. Nope. We're gonna go ahead and reset out of that. Alright, so nothing at Kilroy. We're gonna go ahead and check out Magic Rope Chest and see what's there, and then we're gonna go to Pandora. Okay, let me cast Speed Up here. Make this trip a little bit faster. Ooh, that's actually a really big pickup. Okay, and Thunder on the axe as well. That's a huge pickup, actually. Now that I think about it. I mean, axe is nice. I could go to Witch's Castle here, but I'm not sure if I should, especially since we know the boss is Spiky Tiger. And I don't have the best defense right now, so I think I'm going to save that for later. I do want to check out the shop, though. Okay, never mind. Unfortunately, Potos is kind of out of the way. Because I was considering going to check the sword pedestal. I might just do that after Ruins. If I can get anything good in Pandora. Matter of fact, what I might just do is run to Potos to get that Cobra Bracelet. That means I have to run back to Pandora though. So I might as well do Pandora while I'm here. It makes the most sense too, honestly. It really does. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Oh, I never put that damn chain vest on him. Such a gunt. Okay, Quill Cap is good. We take that. We will take that. Could check girl, but I'm gonna do ruins right now, actually. Save. I'm kind of hoping that the wall is earth element here because I have a thunder element axe. And spear for that matter. No, hit this. Hit this. I don't want to get balloon. Hit this. Got to be careful around blats because sometimes they can just balloon you at random and we don't want that. Especially bad when you're solo. So I guess what I can do after this is go to Protos, check the sword pedestal, and then we can go to Witch's Castle. We can do that. Oh, he is water element. I'm not sure. Maybe dark. Might be dark. I gotta be careful here because I don't have any healing items. Matter of fact, now that I say that, I'm going to use my axe here. I don't even know if we can kill or not. Doing 16 to the main eye. This is going to be a DPS race for sure. Okay. We can't take too many of those energy absorbs. Got one more. I think we'll be okay, I hope. Yeah. Okay, right eye's out of MP. There we go. Yeah, that fight was a little bit spooky. A little bit. We didn't have any healing items, which is kind of my fault. I probably should have just bought a candy, but we didn't need it, so it's okay. It's all good. Okay, so level 4. Spear orb, glove orb. Okay, so nothing there. We check the other shop and see if we can get like a power wrist or something. We know Cobra braces are in Potos though, so I might just get that if there's nothing here. I like Wolfspan. I want one of those helmets though, but I can't afford them unfortunately. But I will take the Wolfspan. Now, if there's any money in the treasury in here, then I'll go back and get the quilted hood. Assuming there's money in here, which who knows. Okay, speed orb on her. Alright, whip orb. Boom orb. Another boom orb. Love orb. Uh-oh. Sword orb. Wow, nothing but orbs in the treasury. Now that is actually a rare occurrence because usually Pandora Treasury has at least something like an elemental spirit or a mana seed, a character, a weapon, something along those lines, but we actually got nothing out of Pandora. All right, let me cast speed up here. Alright, so our next play is going to be to save at Podos. We'll check the sword pedestal. See what's there, and then I might just hoof it to Witch's Castle after. I want to see if they drop anything. Probably not. Let's just go. We do have Gnome and we have one seed, so there's that. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and equip our axe here. We check this, reset. If there's nothing, we go to Witch's Castle after. It's really nice that we found the axe early because that means we can check pretty much all of early game. Wow, okay. Luna is at the sword pedestal. Alright, so we do have the combination of Gnome and Luna for the girl here, which is nice because now we can get some of those juicy crits going from Moon Energy, although it is level 0. And we are dealing with vanilla spell growth, so there is that. Okay, so let me see. I think I'm saving in Podos? Yes, I'm saving in Podos. The reason why I'm saving in Podos is because if there's nothing at Witch's Castle, we can pivot back here and shoot to Upperland. Assuming that the Flaming Drum's not in Witch's Castle, which who knows. Now, the worst case scenario here with the strat is if the Flaming Drum is sitting in Moogle Village. That would be the worst case scenario. So let's just hope and pray that it's not there. The other reason we want to do Witch's Castle now is because we have access to the Nessa Berry and we can get a hint out of that. Alright, speed up's gone already. Now, the only issue we might have with Spiky Tiger here is we don't have a ranged weapon, unfortunately. So if he hops onto one of the side perches, then we can't do anything to him until he comes down. So let's just hope and pray he doesn't do that too often. I think we have enough defense for him, though. At level 4, we're sitting on, what, 28 defense? So we should be fine as far as defense. And I'm going to swap back to the whip here. Okay, hit this. I don't want to get engulfed here. I might get cast on. All right, Salamander and Potos. Interesting. Okay. All right, so Salamander has to be behind the water seed then, because we literally checked everything else in Potos so far. Please be fire. Please be fire. It's Earth, I believe. Let's try Spear. This should be fine. Yeah, he's going up to the top. Yeah. Yeah, nothing we can do because we don't have a bow or a boomerang. Oh, he's coming back down. Damn. Right, so we just have to wait it out pretty much. Yeah, Fire Breath should do nothing. Yeah. Alright, come down, buddy. Come down. Okay, Stone Saber, we don't want that. Trying to do the strat where he... Yeah, I'm trying to do the strat here. Nice, we take those. Going back up. Yeah, so far he's used 4 MP with that Stone Saber. Come on. Okay, Gem Missile, we don't care about that. There we go. Yeah, that could have been a lot worse actually, because he could have stayed up there for a longer time. Yeah, it's pretty much this spot and either of the Light Palace spots where you want to have a long-range weapon for him, because you can't hit him otherwise when he's on those perches anyway. But if he's in any other spot, then you can hit him regardless. Alright, what do we got? Spear's Orb and Moonseed. Okay, Moonseed's nice. We'll take it. So now we know Salamander is behind the Water Seed. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and rope. And we're going to run over to the Potos Cannon. So everything in early game is done, aside from Water Palace, which we obviously can't do since we don't have the Water Seed. Oh no. I just realized. Okay, so we did not find the Flamey Drum, and we did not find Sprite. So Sprite... Oh, we also didn't find Lumina. So Sprite has to be in Moogle Village. Unless the Water Seed is in Moogle Village. It could be either of the two. Yeah, Moogle Village has to have either the Sprite or the Water Seed in order for me to progress here. So we didn't find Lumina, we didn't find the Sprite, obviously, so it's got to be one of those two sitting here. Yo, the Flamey Drum is here as well. Yeah, I'm almost positive that one of those three is here. Yep, there's the Sprite. Okay. Okay, Sprite came with the bow, of course. Of course it's here. The one time I do this freaking strat. And it don't even matter because the damn Flamey Drum is sitting here too. Alright, game. You win this one. You win this one. Oh god. Alright, let's go to Matango. I guess the good thing about this is early game is practically done. So we don't have to go back to early game at all. Well, unless Salamander is required, then we need to find the Water Seed. So that's the only time we really have to go back. So this means I get to focus on mid-game and late-game areas now. I don't have a lot of money though. I gotta be careful with Sprite here. Bandana. Okay. Also, since we now have the axe and the whip, that means the boy is irrelevant because we don't care what he has at this point. We have a cutting weapon, we have a whip. So, yeah, let's go to Mara. Let's go to Mara. If anything I want right now is some money. That's really what I want. Alright, so we have Gnome, we have Luna. I could take that. Okay, that's here as well, which is nice to know. I honestly don't want to check ruins right now. Because I have the feeling that something's back there. Matter of fact, Sprite. Okay, hold on. You, Prim, you get off that. I'm gonna get that axe to the Sprite because it has intelligence on it. I'm gonna go ahead and start leveling up Luna here. Okay. I want to get started on Luna like right now. Okay, there's Lumina. And there's the Mage Mallet. Okay, sure. Hope out. I'm also doing this so Spike doesn't end up taking free damage here. Especially from stuff like that. Okay, there's the gold key. Hope out. Thinking to just... Do I want to do runes here? I probably should. I probably should just do runes, honestly. As a matter of fact, I have a good mind to just full clear this right now. I mean, we have Gnome, we have Luna. And we're, what, level 5? I don't think we're going to have too many issues. Alright, so it'll... Oops. Yeah, I might just full clear this right now. Okay, Luna just hit level 1. Ooh, this Dryad though. Honestly, I think we're in a pretty decent spot to just full clear this right now. I think we are. I mean, despite Sprite not having any armor, but he's going to be casting stuff anyway, so I don't think it's going to matter too much. I want the MP back for that. Yeah. Go ahead and it's my last 3 MP too, unfortunately. Her speed up should be hitting level 1 soon too. Should be. If I can get this to level 2, then... Okay, I'm getting slept though. Yeah. This is one of the rare times that I will actually clear this right now while I'm doing freebies. Alright, Mooka Belt. Sure, we take that. Okay, Luna just hit 2. I think I'm gonna stop there. We do have Dryad now, so I mean even burst level 0 will be decent to have right now. I just gotta make sure that Sprite doesn't die on the way there. But yeah, I want to get this check out of the way right now. Prim, how far are you to level 6? 124. Okay. Sprite gets a level up at 8. There we go. I'm taking this. Damn, they're both punch glows. I was hoping for some free cash right there, but unfortunate. Alright, so we have 8 MP though, so we gotta be careful of what we use here. I think I'd rather just run Gem Missile. I can cast 3 of these. 43 spell power times 3. It's higher than 100. Okay. Try to let the girl take the one of the attacks here. She's more. She has more defense. Yeah, we should be okay. Yeah, he's dead. But the only reason why I'm doing this now is to get it out of the way so I don't have to come back in case there is anything back here, which who knows. I'm hoping there's something that I can use back here, like money or that. Houdini's good. Okay, vampire, that is Moon Element? Yes, he is. And this is unfortunate because I only have 8 MP. So we're just gonna mix in a freeze here. I don't think I'm getting much out of this. Magic Absorb though. Oh, we got 5. Let me move him out the way. Got him. All right, so I think girls gnome just hit level 1 there, which is good. Let's see, level 6 girl, level 4 sprite, probably level 5 now. Yeah. Okay, Boom Orb and Sea Hair Tail. Okay, Sea Hair Tail is nice to find. Because now we can route that in with our freebies, which is good. Alright, so next stop is probably Ice Palace. Or Ice Country, I should say. Okay, Axel up there. Let me see how much money I have. So we did just kill 2 bosses. 800, not enough for me to do too much. I'm gonna stop here and check the shop first of all. Then I'm gonna refill MP for the girl. She didn't level up after that last fight. Okay, we can't buy anything there. Ruby are mints there, but we don't have money for that. For being a 3.0 gold check multiplier seed, there is not a lot of money in it. It's probably, they could be on bosses, perhaps, who knows. Let me save. You know what, since I saved, I might as well check Salamander Oven while I'm here. We can legit just full clear Ice Country right now. I might as well. Okay, this is Boreal Face. What element is he? 108. Ugh. He's Ice Element, unfortunate. Yeah, he's Ice Element. I'm gonna drink from the Grambler, actually. There we go. Because unfortunately, we don't have Salamander. He's out of MP too. Alright, girlie, this is where you come in. Oh, he was close to dead. Alright. Okay, so the only information, well, the only elementals we have no clue about are Sylphid and Shade. We know where Salamander is, but we can't get to him right now. The boy. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and reset out of him. I can barely feed my own characters right now. I don't need a third. The boy is not going to be helping me too much right now, so we're just gonna go ahead and get on out of here. Nah, we'll just go. We can full clear Ice Palace, I guess. I mean, I don't see why not. We're already full clear North Town Ruins, so we might as well just do this. kind of want to work on my no magic while I'm here. And the reason being is because we know that the triple tadpole, or the biting lizard part of it rather, we know he's wind element. So if I can get this to level 1, we'll have a little bit of a quicker fight. Okay, there's some money. We take that. Sure. Okay. Gotta remind myself I have to drain before I run out of MP here. Gotta kill this. Oh, there it is. All right. Oh my god, get out of the way, dude. There we go. Take it. Money? Nope. Needles. Unfortunate. Yeah, that was Sprite. Okay, this tadpole is Dryad element though. So what we can do is smack him up. Or try to anyway. Hello? There we go. We're not gonna cast on him yet. Not until he changes anyway. There we go. And now we're gonna start raining gem missile on him. We'll go like this. Yeah. That's what I want to see. He should be dead. Yeah. Alright, nothing there. Okay, I need to drain though. Gotta watch what I target here though. Did I get any MP out of it? Yeah, okay, cool. I know a lot was processing right there. Okay, so false gigas is dark element. I'm gonna go ahead and go gem missile here since it's level 1. Just do as much as I can right now. Do that, and then we'll throw in 2 of these. Nice. Okay, so that's done. We have the sea hair tail, we have the gold key. We can check those 2 chests in Light Palace, I guess. We don't have to see though. Boom, or yeah, I'll take $600. I actually need money right now. We should be at like 2,500, right? Oh, 33. Okay, that's even better. All right, so let's see. We saw quilted hoods in Pandora. I'm gonna pick up 2 of those. I need armor on my Sprite like right now. We saw Wolfsbane there as well. Chest guards we saw in Southtown, so we can grab. Actually, no. I gotta see how much I have left over because I might have to go Raccoon Cap instead of quilted hood. 250 cheaper. Okay, so let's sell. Oh, let me buy first. Hold on. Okay, we'll get 2 of these. And then we sell. So we sell this. Sell this. We got 1400. Oh, I need the wolfspan too, don't I? Oh, that's in the other shop. Never mind. So wolfspan's 400. I might not have enough. Let me go grab those raccoon caps. 2 raccoon caps is 1100. I think I have 1084. If I sell the quill cap, I can get to. I think that's what I do. Since I'm going to Pandora, my next stop is probably going to be Lighthouse. Since it's like right there. I might check out Gold Tower. Those 2 chests there. I might check those out. Okay, so we'll grab that. Yeah, 1048. Okay, so we sell the quill cap, and then we get 2 raccoon caps. Yep, perfect. And now we're broke. And I'll take 2 of these. Now we are truly broke. All right, so let's see. We are, you know, much better off right now. So let's see. You like that. All right, we're good. Are we full MP? I don't think so. Yeah, we are. Okay. Alright, so Lighthouse, I might just flat out check out Light Palace. I know I don't have the seed, but it is 1.0 XP multiplier, so I might as well check it. It's only 1 boss. Pretty much 1 boss for 2 checks. Okay, there's Sylphid. Ooh. Okay. Sylphid's nice. I'm pretty much going to hitting up the eastern half of the world. Now I'm hitting up the central half. All right, so let's see. Let me drop a save. If we find shade, then we're in a really good spot. If we find shade. Okay, wind seed is nice. We take that. I'm getting slided. That's fine. Okay, this is gonna be blue spike. Fire? Try ice. Yeah. Unless he's fire element. Yeah, had to be. Honestly, I don't even think I safe split this, because if I find the light seed, I could just come back here and kill the second boss and then check the pedestal if I find it. But this is pretty much a 2 for 1. You know, 2 checks for 1 boss, pretty much. All right, boom orb. I mean, realistically, it's 1 for 1, but you know what I'm trying to say. Ooh, water seed. Okay, so that's there. Let's get out of here. We don't have the light seed. Actually, I think my next check is going to be, my next stop is Grand Palace, I think, because we're sitting on 6 elementals. We have a cutting weapon and we have the whip. So I think right now what we want is information. I don't know what that targeting was, but it was weird. So let's find out what elementals we actually need. I'm getting silenced. Yeah, I'm getting silenced. Alright, this is... Okay, Sylphid. We literally just found Sylphid. Okay, Sylphid's required. Now, Sylphid was at the lighthouse. Luna? Okay. This might be a quicker seed than I thought. I don't know. Unless we need shade. Because we don't know what shade is. Okay, Salamander. Alright, we know what Salamander is though. I got silenced. Yeah, let me herb that. Okay, so Salamander's required. We know where he is though. So we can go get Salamander anytime. Gnome. Okay. So gnome required as well. So that's what, 4 elementals required so far? I'm gonna go ahead and open this now. Guys, I gotta come back through here eventually anyway. Unless we're in go mode, which I don't know yet. Jab orb. We can't do the left side since we don't have Salamander yet. Okay, shade is required. Damn. Alright, that's unfortunate because now we have to find shade wherever he is. Okay, so shade required. Let's get out of here. Alright, so first thing we do here is go to the water palace and pick up Salamander because we know he's required and I'm going to have to do it eventually anyway. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way right now. No need to save because we know Salamander's here. It is possible I can go to the witch's castle for another Nestleberry hint after this. Luna element? Must be. You did. Nope, not quite. I don't have enough for... Let me see if I can drain a little bit more MP from him. There we go. That's perfect. And he should be dead now. Yeah. As a matter of fact, going for a Nestleberry hint after this might not be a bad idea. Although we do have a lot of things. We got 6 elementals, 4 seeds, 4 weapons, all of the miscellaneous items. So there's a good chance that we won't get a hint from this. What the hell is going on with my sound here? Okay, Jab Orb. Yep, there's Salamander. We knew he was here. I mean, we can go look. It won't hurt. Gotta walk all the way back though, but you know, sometimes you gotta spend time to do things. But I do have a strong feeling that we won't be getting any more hints though out of this thing. It's also a good chance to level up my Dryad magic too. I'll wait till wow, the enemies are gone. I forgot. Because we already completed this place. Yeah. Alright, so let me think of what I want to do next here. We still got some freebies out there. We could turn in the Sea Hare tail. Hopefully we get a hint for Shade, but I doubt it. And it'd be too much like right for the game to give me a hint on Shade. Possible though. I'm not expecting it. Matter of fact, what I'm expecting here is to not get another hint because we already found a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I thought so. All right, we reset then. Okay, so let's see. I suppose we can turn in the Sea Hare tail, maybe? It's time to hit up the western half of the world. We can also stop by Moon Palace. Because now we gotta find Shade. We just have to find Shade. Or, I think the smarter thing to do is probably to go to Pure Land. Because Pure Land is the next place that has the most check density. Okay, we can actually do this. Let's do this first though, since we're here. There's 7 checks there. I mean, granted, we gotta go through 6 bosses, but still. I'm willing to bet that Shade's in a really silly spot. Okay, nothing here. Hope out. Yeah, Pure Land is the place that has the most check density right now. Oh, Pure Land and Sunken Continent. Okay, Sea Hare tail gives us nothing. Alright, so let's get out of here. Fire Palace? Maybe Shade is free? I don't know. I'm honestly leaning toward Pure Land though. I'm leaning toward Pure Land. I'm not sold on it yet, but I'm leaning towards it. It's open. Okay, we got that. Alright, Sword Orb. Kill this. Or not. Leave it there. Houdini. We got that too. Wow, 1,200 bucks is nice. Yeah, we literally need to find Shade to get go mode at this point. But of course, we don't know where he is. Alright, Sword Orb. Hope out. Return to the Moon Seed. We can turn to the Wind Seed, I guess. But let's go to Turtle Island Tastica first. There's 3 checks here. Damn. I'm honestly thinking to go Pure Land. But do we have the damage? I think we do. I'll check this out first though. Because right now, Sunken Continent is what? Hexes, Dryad Seed turn in, Watermelon. Technically, Sunken Continent has what? 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's the same as Pure Land. Yeah, I think it's the same as Pure Land. Pure Land is probably going to be a little bit more attractive though. Wow, nothing there either. Alright, let's get out of here. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna hit up Pure Land. Let's try it. Our damage isn't the best right now. My Dryad is still sitting at level 0. Which tells me I need to start spamming Sleep Flower on the way to this next boss. Oh, Spice. Okay. How much MP do you have? 5. Okay. I need to drain. Okay. And these bosses are going to have magic defense too. I think I just stay until his 1. There we go. Alright, Snake. We have Silphid now, so we can pop this one off. 900. Non-elemental. God, you love to see it. That's an air blast. At least this gets some experience on Dryad, which is a good thing. Okay, let me just hit 3. That's also good. $95. Dead. Earthseed. Oh god. Alright. Not what I want to see, honestly. Alright, Snow Dragon. This is also non-elemental, looks like. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. There is a world where I go to Wind Palace and level up Dryad to like level 2. But it's vanilla spell experience. That's going to take a long time. Dead. Alright, so we are looking for shade. Looking for shade. Once we find shade, we will be in go mode. Okay, level up for both. Fear's Orb and the Dark Seed. Oh, brother. Is this one of those seeds where Pure Land is chock full of stuff? Because it's looking like it. We found 2 seeds already here. Because sometimes Pure Land has like all the goods. And other times Pure Land has, you know, absolutely nothing. Alright, Axe Beak. Okay, that's moon element for sure. All right, level 2. Nice. All right, now once we find Shade, I'm gonna have to level him to like level 2 because otherwise it won't do that much against Dread Slime, and I don't want to use burst against that thing. Okay, $1,500, sure. All right, Red Dragon Sprite, you're not full MP, are you? No, he's Earth Element, looks like. Let me drain first. I think he's Earth Element. My Sophist level 0 though. Oh, maybe it'll do something. Let's see. Ah, 100 damage. That ain't terrible. Probably the best bang for my buck, honestly. Yeah. I was thinking about just casting burst there, but then I realized, oh, you know what? I probably can get the best bang for my buck by just casting Air Blast. I know it's level 0, but it hits weakness. Okay, no level up for Sprite. Bow Orb and Jab Orb. Okay, let's keep moving. No shade. All right. I think I messed up there. Yup. I should have let that go through. Sprite. That was a big misplay right there, what I just did. Okay, 135 is not terrible. We can get that. On the way to the next boss. Yeah, all right, we're fine. I should have let that magic absorb go through. I saw the wall and I'm like, oh. There we go. Okay, let me go to the next screen, then I'll cast Speed Up. And Speed Up should be hitting level 2 rather soon-ish. Next boss is a Thunder Gigas though, so hopefully it's weak to something that I have. And not weak to Shade. Oh, Jesus. This is actually bad. Damn. I have to use Luna here. I don't want to, but I think I just have to throw everything at him. Yeah. There's no point in me casting freeze on him. And that was spell lock. Okay, never mind. A Dryad element Gigas is like the worst kind of Gigas, actually. We have to melee this thing. We have no choice. And now we're getting slept. Lovely. And this is the power of randomized boss elements. He might cast wall. Nope. 62. He's out of MP. There we go. Yeah. Dryad element and Lunar element Gigases are absolutely obnoxious. I mean, Gigases in general are obnoxious, but when they're Lunar element and Dryad element, well, Lunar or Dryad element, they are like double obnoxious. Alright, Sword Orb and the sword. Okay, so sword is there. Hit this. Sprite. I need to drain before I go to this next boss. I need to cut through here. The girl is out of MP, yeah. Alright. Dark element. Okay. There you go. Alright. So Pure Land is done. I guess our next stop is probably Sunken Continent. Maybe. Alright, Boom Orb. Wow, okay, Shade is all the way back here. We can just leave now, actually. We don't need to see what's behind Mana Tree. We don't care at this point. Alright, so Shade sitting at Blue Dragon. Not the worst spot it could be in, but still a pretty crappy spot. Alright, let's go to Matango. We're gonna sleep. So no, one of these guys did not level up after that last fight. Yeah, 6K. There was nothing here that I can use, was there? There's those, I guess. Sure, we can upgrade to these, why not? Get a couple of walnuts, sure. Alright, let's go. No need to forge. Sprite's going to be doing most of the heavy lifting here. I do need to start spamming Dark Force, or not Dark Force. What's it called? Dispel, rather. So I can at least have a decent level Shade against Dread Slime. Okay, let's go ahead and cast one of these, and I'm gonna go ahead and get you started on that. Uh, 12 cast gets it to level 1. Okay, so we activated the first two already. We can just go straight upstairs. Go ahead and drain right here. Did we activate this one? I don't think we did. Yes. Wait, did we activate this one? No. Okay, I was going to say. Right, because we didn't have Salamander at the time, so we didn't activate that one. Yeah, the one on the right should be activated, which means they need to go over here. Yeah, this is the shade room as well. Alright. If we're lucky, we can sub hour and a half to see, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, shade just hit level 1. Watch my MP here. Last orb is Salamando. Alright, so that should do it. Go ahead and go back to shade spamming here. Okay. Alright, Snapdragon. That's a Dryad element boss. Unfortunate. Wow. Okay, let's just do... Damn it. I honestly just should do Dark Force here. It's level 1 as well. This way, Shade gets more XP toward level 2. I'm not sure if he's out of MP or not. He might be. He is. Okay, so we'll do this then. $33. What? Okay. Wow. There we go. Level up. Sprite. Okay. Turn in the Dryad Sea while we're here. Might as well. Sort of money. Okay. Okay, Hexes is always going to be her normal element. So her normal element is actually Luna. But you can swap her to other elements. But depending on your position. Dryad should be pushing 3 soon. And I think Luna just hit 4. Alright, so... I don't think I need to upgrade armor. I think I'm fine. We're just gonna go. Alright, Glove Orb, Jab Orb. Okay, that's Water Element. I don't think Fireball's gonna do much here because he has magic defense. 165 isn't terrible. Yeah, that was a low roll, unfortunately. Nice. Oh, right, it might have been P. And so was he, apparently. One more? Yeah, one more. Oh, never mind, he's dead. I might have to stop at an inn to sleep. Because I don't think Sprite levels up here. I don't think he does. Girls should level up here. Oh, they both leveled. Okay, that's even better. Alright, Whip Orb, Whip Orb. Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead and push on toward Mana Fortress here. We don't need to upgrade anything. We're fine. We have a couple of walnuts just in case something happens. If we run across like a lunar element boss or something I can't drain. I'm surprised that it isn't level 2 yet, as much as I've been using it. As a matter of fact, what I should do here is use this. Oh, go. Shade spam. Shade shouldn't be far from level 2. Yeah, there it is. We can honestly just keep it there. About that sub-hour time, I don't think we're gonna make it. We still got, 4 bosses to kill. Alright, Buffy is Lunar Element? I think he is. Oh yeah, he's definitely Lunar Element. Alright, we're gonna follow that up with the Dark Force here. I'm not going to get much out of Magic Absorb, though. Oh, we got 8. Okay. Then again, my Magic Absorb is level 4, so it is kind of strong. Because usually, Lunar Element bosses means you can't drain much MP from them because they're Lunar Element. Because Magic Absorb does Lunar damage. Well, you know what I mean. It's Lunar Element. So yeah, that's why you can't drain much MP from Lunar element bosses, but if it's a Dryad element boss, you usually end up consuming all their MP in one shot. Alright, Dresslon. 12 MP, or 8 MP rather. Gives us 2 of these. Is that 400? Oh, 600. Okay, never mind. Might straight up just be dead here. Yep. Alright, so we cast what, 5 spells there? So 35 XP. Ten more spells gets it to level 3, I think. Yeah, 10 more gets it to level 3. We can do it. Wow. I mean, I would cast Wall, but yeah. I don't want to. Six. 7. 8. Oh, 9 spells. Okay, I must have miscounted. Did I drain it? Alright, Dark Lich. Hopefully he's not Dryad element. Ooh. I believe that's Earth, isn't it? Yeah. Let's just use burst. Let's just use burst. Or is he Moon element? No, he's not Moon element. I think he's Earth element. It's just that my Sylph is level 0 and he's got magic defense. We can do this, I guess, but I don't think it's gonna matter. $600. Oh, he's fire element. Okay then. How much does freeze do? Probably not much. Again, magic defense. I killed him. I mean, he looked earth element to me, damn it. It's like I said in other videos, sometimes you really can't tell right away what a boss's element is. Where other times you can tell right away. Alright, Mana Beast. Alright, let's see. First thing we do is to shrink the sprite. Alright, 12 MP, so that gives us 2 of these. Level 24. I'm gonna go ahead and set you up as well. Cast Analyzer. Shouldn't take too many more of these. Alright, fast bang warning. If you're epileptic, don't look at the screen. Too 12. Okay, that should do it, right? I guess not. Alright, level 4. This should do it, right? I guess not. That does it. Okay, he's dead. Woo! Alright, GG. She's stabbed. Alright, so that's gonna do it for this seed. Not a terrible seed. It was kind of annoying, but not really. Alright, so 136.40 is our time for this seed of the week. Like I said, not too terrible of a seed. Certainly could have been much worse. I don't know. I mean, I kind of liked my early game play where I just do early game checks instead of, because the logical thing to do there is to save, or after you check Mantisant if you want to. Check Undini's cave, I guess. And then the logical thing to do there is to save and then go to Upperland and check Moogle Village. Which I wanted to try a different strat. Unfortunately, this wasn't the seed to do that because Moogle Village had both the Sprite and the Flamey Drum, which sucked. But the good thing about doing that was early game is all done. All the early game checks are done, aside from Water Palace and Earth Palace, which we couldn't get into. So that meant, hey, I can just focus on mid-game areas. I can focus on late-game areas. And just try to collect what I need. And I don't have to go back to early game at all. We also learned from the Nesuberi that Salamando was in the Potos area, and that instantly told me that Salamander was at Water Palace because remember, we checked all of early game before getting the Flamey Drum, so that means all of Potos was done. Mantisant, we checked that, it was nothing. Undini's Cave, we checked that, it was nothing. We checked Sword Pedestal, that was Luna. So what else is there in Potos is the Water Palace check. Obviously, we did not have the water seed to check that, so that's how we knew right from the get-go that, right from learning that hint anyway, that Salamando was at the Water Palace. I honestly should have gone to Grand Palace a little bit earlier just to learn what elementals we needed, but honestly, it didn't matter in the long run because we would have ran into a wall anyway, seeing that we needed Salamander, we knew where he was, and we needed Shade, but we had no idea where Shade was. So eventually we would have learned, you know, oh, I need Shade, I need Salamander to finish the run. So after Flamey Jump, I decided to do some freebies. Now, you notice that I didn't do a full freebies route because we're running 1.0 XP multiplier, and that means we can check bosses. We can take boss experience and not gain a bunch of levels. So that's why I did stuff like, you know, clear out Northtown Ruins. And the other reason why I wanted to clear Northtown Ruins is because I don't want to come back there. I don't want to run into a situation where, you know, I check the free chest there and leave and end up going back there because something's there that I need, like an elemental. So I decided to just, you know, go ahead, get those free chests, and then we were in a decent position to kill those bosses, so I said, why not? We also had Luna, we had Gnome, we also had, I think we had Dryad at the time too, as far as I remember. Yeah, we found Dryad in there. So, like I said, yeah, we were in a pretty good position to actually kill Doomswall and Vampire. So, I might as well get it over with. And then I decided to say, okay, let's just go to clear out Ice Country. Let's just full clear it. So I saved, checked Salamander Oven, we found the boy. The boy's not necessary this run unless, you know, someone finds him super early, which I don't think so, because Salamander Oven honestly is a lower priority check for most runners. It is for me as well, but I decided to do the entirety of Ice Country. So that's the only way that someone's going to have the boy, is if someone, you know, goes Moogle Village, gets the Flaming Drum, drops a save, goes to Ice Country, goes to Salamander Oven, and, you know, kills Boreal Face with the boy. But like I said, the boy is 100% not required this run because we found the whip early. We found the whip at the start of the run, actually. And then we found the axe a little bit later in Gaia's Navel. So we already had a cutting weapon. We already had the whip. The boy, we don't need him. Not to mention, the other reason why I didn't take the boy is because I could barely outfit the characters that I had. There's not a lot of free money in this seed. All the money is on boss checks. Like, we found 2,000 gold on what was it? I think we found money on False Gigas. That was only 600, I think. But we found 1,500 on one of the Pure Land checks. I think the Ice Palace chest only had 1,500 gold. I think that was the only free money chest there was. So we kind of had to make do with that. So yeah, like I said, there's not a lot of free money on this seed. So it's kind of hard to outfit your characters with armor when you're running around with all three characters. So that's why I said, you know what, we're just gonna not take the boy. He is not necessary to have this run. Ice Palace, again, for the same reason we cleared Northtown Ruins, is because we can full clear it right then and there. We also have the whip, so might as well get it over and done with. We didn't find anything there aside from cash, I believe. So, I mean, it helped out a little bit. And then I decided to go Lighthouse. That's where we found Sylphid. And then check out the 2 chests in Light Palace. And the reason why I went there without the Light Seed is because, again, 1.0 XP multiplier. You don't gain a lot of experience from these bosses. So I'm thinking, all right, let's just check these chests. We'll kill the boss. If there's nothing in these chests, whatever. Don't want to save split them because we may find the light seed somewhere down the line. And if you save split and reset, that means you have to kill those bosses again. So or kill that first boss again anyway. So you kind of lose a little bit of time if you save split there. So thankfully that's where we found the water seed. And honestly, I can say that water seed was in a very, very evil spot. And the reason why I say that is because some runners are probably not going to find that until late, for the reasoning being that, okay, they may think, I'm not assuming what other runners think, but someone may say, okay, I have the gold key, but I don't have the light seed. I'm not going to bother with these checks until I have the light seed. And then I can just, clear out Light Palace in one fell swoop, which is perfectly reasonable. Perfectly reasonable to do that. And that's the reason why I think that seed was in an ugly spot. Because honestly, I don't think runners are going to check that gold tower over other checks without having the light seed anyway. Unless you do like me and say, okay, it's just one boss and there's 2 checks. There's 2 free chests. So, and it's 1.0 XP multiplier. So I'm not going to gain much experience from this. So the enemy levels aren't going to spike up. The worst they can do is spike up 1 level. So whoop-de-doo. And I get 2 chests out of it. So, yeah. Only thing that dragged this seed out a little bit was trying to find shade. Of course, we had no information. We have no hints, obviously. Going to the Necessary was a gamble in itself because, we had a lot of things collected already. And once we found Salamander, I probably should have just left it alone. But, me being greedy for information got me in trouble. So we wasted a little bit of time there, unfortunately. It happens, it happens. Rando's going to rando. We checked some more things, and then I decided to go Pure Land simply because it's a place that has, 7 checks, check density. Sunken Continent also is a pretty big place for check density. Overall, it is anyway. So I decided to go Pure Land, and we found 2 seeds, some money, and shade, and the sword. So Pure Land, pretty stacked and required because obviously we needed to find shade to complete the run. But yeah, I feel as though, I don't know. I mean, this is a seed where, as far as offense, I feel as though this is a seed where you can do either or. I think it slightly favors magic though. I really do, because like I said earlier, there's not a lot of money in this seed until you start killing some bosses. So it might be a little bit difficult to level up weapons until later anyway. I mean, you can also just sit on the level 1 whip, which has strength on it, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel as though it slightly favors using magic because we found Dryad for free, we found Luna for free, we found the Sprite. The Sprite was free anyway. So yeah, overall, not that bad of a seed. That water seed was in a pretty evil location, but other than that, and so was Shade. Shade was in a pretty evil location too. But honestly, it could have been a lot worse. Shade could have been a Shade, or the water seed for that matter could have been, at Kettle Kin, could have been at Doppelgangers, could have been some silly chain, like some silly Mana Seed chain or whatever, could have been behind the Fire Seed pedestal. It certainly could have done much worse. I will take Shade being at Blue Dragon any day of the week because honestly, most, if not all, runners are probably going to check Pure Land at some point. But yeah, as far as that water seed though, like I said earlier, I don't, and I can't assume this, but Gold Tower probably is going to be a lower priority check unless they find the light seed, which we didn't find the light seed. So who knows where the light seed is. But it's a different story if someone does have the light seed and says, "Oh, okay, I have the light seed, I have the gold key. Let's just check gold tower, get it over with in one fell swoop." And that's when they find the seed, I guess. So it is what it is. All right, so 136.40 is our time for this seed of the week, number 240. And since I am recording this on a Wednesday, I'm going to put this time in right now and see where we stand. I'm honestly expecting times around this time. The good runners might like sub hour and a half this, who knows? I think it all depends on where or when they find that water seed though. Okay, so 136.40. Oh wow. Yikes. Interesting. So we got super lucky in doing that route because let me see, second place right now is a 152. And then we got third with a 152.04. Then we got third with a 152.13. Then we got fourth, fifth, and sixth clocking in at 2 hours and 20 minutes. Yeah, I can kind of see that. It's like I said, it depends on when the runners find that water seed, I think. We just got super lucky in finding it when we did. We also got lucky to, well, I wouldn't call this luck, but we also checked the Nesselberry to find out that salamander was required. And doing early game checks allowed us to deduce that, oh, salamander is at the water palace, since we already checked everything else in Potos. I'm assuming, and this I am going to assume, I'm assuming that most runners, they did the norm of going to Upperland, checking Moogle Village, checking the orb, which is perfectly fine. I personally wanted to try a different strat because this is my thought process in the early game. Because Moogle Village has burned me so many times on these seeds, so I'm thinking, you know what? Let's just skip it. I'm not even going to Upperland. I don't care what the orb is. I want to find and do everything I can early and get those checks done. We also had the whip, so I'm also thinking on the side, if I find a cutting weapon somewhere, I can do Witch's Castle, which we did find a cutting weapon in Gaia's Navel. We can do Witch's Castle and then look at the Nesselberry for a hint. And maybe the hint is going to be a decent one, and it was. I mean, it's a decent hint, not that great of a hint, but it was a decent hint. So I don't know if it's a time loss doing that. I don't know. It depends. But I'm assuming most runners, they went to Moogle Village early. They found the sprite early. They found Flammy Drum, and then they went straight for freebies, which is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. But then they have to go back to early game. They have to go get Gnome from Tropicalo, which was required. They have to go to, eventually go get the Water Seed to get Salamander, which is early, and that's required. They also have to go get Luna, which was at the sword pedestal, so that's required. They also have to find the axe. The axe was required because the sword was in the back of Pure Land. So yeah, the axe was definitely required too. So yeah, I mean, sometimes you make a gamble and it doesn't pay off, but it ends up paying off at the end because we ended up checking the right spots, thankfully. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, not that bad of a seed though. I don't see any Don't see any comments here. No one said anything, so I can't really say. But yeah, other than that, um, that's there is no other than that. That's pretty much it. What else can I say about this seed? Not much else to say about this seed other than it kind of trolls you at several points. Kind of trolls you, but other than that, it's not that terrible of a seed. I just feel as though it also, and speaking of the other runners, it also depends on how they decided to do their offense. Because I mean, I can't assume that all the runners went magic or they went weapons or something. So, um, and saying that, it also depends on how quickly they got through their boss fights. Um, if they used their money wisely, because there wasn't a lot of money in this seed that was free anyway. Um, so yeah, I mean, you can go either way as far as offense, whether it be, Dryad Luna combination or Gnome Luna for the girl and using a weapon, using charged weapon attacks. So you can go either way here. All right, so with that said, I will see y'all next time.